My name is Anne Keynes. I live in Devon. In April 2007 I started off with a really bad stomach ache, sharp knife-like pain to the left side of my stomach just below the waistband. I went to the doctor, he said I got an infection, gave me antibiotics. I had a bad reaction to the antibiotics. I went back to the doctor, stopped the antibiotics, sent me into hospital. I had an ultrasound scan and an x-ray, told me I got a blocked bowel, sent me home with senna, gave me diarrhoea. The diarrhoea continued. I didn't get rid of the stomach pain. I went back to the doctor, he referred me to the gastrologist, but I did an endoscopy and said I've got celiac disease. I went on a gluten-free diet and the diarrhoea persisted. I still felt really ill and lost a lot of weight. I thought I was reacting to dairy. I saw a nutritionist and she said you'd be reacting to the lactose, but you can eat milk protein. She gave me a carton of milk protein. I had a really bad reaction to that. It was like being burnt alive. My mum, in the meantime, found an alternative therapist who did electroacupuncture testing. I went to see her and she told me I'd got candida, and she told me all the different foods I was reacting to, which were absolutely loads. I cut all these out of my diet, changed the diet, which made me feel a bit better, but I still had persistent diarrhoea. I was still losing weight. I went back to see her after 2 months. The candida hadn't improved. She thought I'd got heavy metal poisoning. She sent me to another lady with a test, electroacupuncture test for heavy metal poisoning. She said I got lead poisoning. Took a course to remove the lead, got rid of the lead, but I still wasn't well. She referred me to somebody else who did kinesiology, who told me I got mercury poisoning. I started taking chlorella for the mercury poisoning. She referred me to another kinesiologist, and she kept testing me after I'd taken the chlorella. Instead of going down, the mercury was going up. She thought it could be to do with my fillings, but I needed to find a dentist who would take my mercury fillings out without making it worse. My sister met somebody who'd seen Dr El-Essawy and had her mercury fillings removed using the Vega testing and protecting you from the mercury going into your body. In March 2011 I came up to see Dr El-Essawy, and he gave me my mercury readings and said I was a +5, nearly 6, which was very high, and he said that he would be able to remove my fillings under sedation. I came back in March and had half of my mouth fillings done, and I came back in May and had the second half of my mouth the fillings taken out. After just having the first half of my mouth the fillings removed, I felt so much better. After having the second lot of fillings taken out, so my mouth was free of mercury, I felt tremendously better. It's like having a new lease of life. I've been very careful with my diet, come back for testing, and we found different foods that are high in mercury, so I've restricted my diet to avoid all the foods containing mercury to keep it as low as possible. And now at the 1st of August I'm ready to have my permanent fillings put back in again. It's nice to have a lot more energy. I'm starting to eat more things, gradually introducing things, using the Rife machine, which I'm doing now, to take away the candida. I'm hoping eventually to be able to go back to eating fruit, which I've had to avoid because it's very high in fructose, which feeds the candida. I'm hoping to be able to go back and eat normally as my body adjusts to having removed the mercury. How long's that?
Yeah, I think that's really nice. I think that's painful, don't you?
Yeah. What it sounds like, it might be gargled.
Actually, time it probably isn't 10 minutes. That doesn't matter, does it? Just told the whole story.
You might listen to it and think it's awful. I don't know how